been a while, but I am back. And I owe you all an apology, especially my friend in Albany, Georgia, who consistently comes back to watch my videos. And you're not just watching, but you're commenting. I wanted to thank you for all of your words of encouragement and for all of your support for constantly coming back to watch my videos and always having a word of encouragement for me. So I did want to give you a shout out and just apologize to all of my subscribers for having been away for a while, but life has been lifing, and I didn't want this calendar year to end without posting again on this channel. And so I am back. And honestly, things have been pretty rocky, to say the least. Today is more of just a reflective, just a rant. As I inch closer and closer to turning 30 here very shortly, things don't necessarily look like how I would have imagined them. And it's been a whirlwind of a year. 2025 certainly has been. I went from making over $190,000 last year to making less than $50,000 this year as a self-employed individual. And this wasn't the first year where there's been significant differences in my income. Savings have been depleted, obviously, and I went from maxing out contributions for retirement last year to now having to tap into that now to supplement this income that I don't have coming in. And that wasn't the plan. Ideally, you want to just keep adding to those investments, keep growing those accounts. And now I actually am going to be taking that penalty for pulling out some of this money that I needed to pay these bills before 59 and a half. I'm still waiting to hear back from medical schools. And honestly, I'm disappointed. And I'm a bit angry, to be honest with you, because I did what was expected of me by man. I went to school. I did well in school. I have multiple degrees. I saved. I've invested. And then I did all of those well as God would expect of me. But nothing's really going out. It's not really going how I thought it would. And I know I'm not the only one in that boat. But I do thank God that I am here, because that just means He isn't done with me yet. He's still writing my story. I might not be where I want to be, but I certainly thank God for how far I've come. Because I don't know if you all know, if you're new to this channel, I was born in Haiti. I was raised in the U.S., but we're a really large family. It was at least 7, sometimes 9 or 10 of us in the home at any given time. And so my parents had to work all the time to provide for us. And so all of us, my siblings and I, we grew pretty quickly. And we have been in survival mode for what feels like forever, honestly. And school wasn't always easy for me. I was bullied incessantly for years when I was in elementary school. I was the little Haitian girl, so I didn't fit in with the African American kids. I was too dark for the white American kids, and so I was always pretty much a loner. And so when I started, just accepting that that's what it would probably be like for me, I just started pouring into my academics. The bullying wasn't just in school, to be honest. It was in church, and I dealt with some things at home that wasn't that great. For those of you who are from African backgrounds or any type of African ancestry, there's a really huge colorism issue in our community. I remember I had an aunt come from Haiti one time in the early 2000s. And I was a child. I was riding my bike to and from school every single day. When she came from Haiti and she was visiting in the U.S. for the first time, I was just excited to see her. And I remember when she saw me, she was like, "Oh my God, you're not a pretty little girl anymore. You lost your pretty little skin color." And my mom responded and she was like, well, you do know she's riding her bike to and from school every day, so that might have something to do with it. But I just remember being excited to see her, and that was her first response. And I've also dealt with fat phobia. I was too big, or I was just never enough, just as I was. And so that's what I learned. That's what my life was mostly like for many, many years, was self-hate and self-sabotage. And I'm definitely paying for it now with my physical health, my academics, and in every other way. In my early 20s, in college, granted, I didn't have all the best means, but I didn't always choose the right things to eat all the time, and paying the price for that now, and just always letting anxiety and fear and believing that I was never enough, letting that be the guiding force rather than betting on myself and really pouring into me. And so I thank God for being a constant in my life, where the enemy intended to use all of the experiences from my past, the trauma, the abuse, to harden my heart so that I wouldn't have a heart for people. But over the years, I still have a heart for people. I still love deeply, and I'm still generous. And so I thank God that he kept my heart soft, tender, and responsive to his spirit's guidance in spite of everything that I faced, because otherwise I would have had a hardened heart. I would have been selfish and only been living for myself after all that I've experienced. But I do thank God for keeping me in spite of all of my life's challenges and all of who've mishandled me. And God is currently teaching me what self-love looks like. He's healing my relationship with food and helping me to make better decisions every single day. Now I actually have a desire to work out and take care of this vessel that he's blessed me with, earthside, so that he can continue to use me for his glory. And so I am choosing to continue to fight, and asking God to give me the strength to endure this baptism of fire, this refining, this wilderness season. And I absolutely plan on making another video, because the savings plan that I had definitely saved my butt this year in 2025. Had I not put money away the way that I did, I wouldn't have had so many different things to pull from. And so if this is a type of video you'd like to see, I'm definitely open to sharing that as well, because again, that was the point of this channel, was to be transparent about the process, be transparent about what God is doing in my life, and how he's moving in and through me, and allowing you all to see that and be witnesses alongside of me to everything that he's doing. And so I'm hopeful that I'll continue to pour into myself as he's been teaching me, pour into the relationships closest to me, and be back on this channel sharing everything that I'm doing, like I mentioned before, for financial freedom, financial stability, and security, and continuously coming back with the testimonies and sharing what God is doing in my life and how he's moving, just to encourage you all. So if this is the type of content that you're interested in, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every single time I post. But until then, I hope to see you all in my next video.